Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this promised video all about our breast after weaning, how to dry up your milk supply, how to avoid that painful engorgement and don't develop mastitis. If you're new here, then welcome. First of all, it's so nice to have you here. My name is Karina and I have just weaned my 23-month-old toddler about 2 weeks ago. And I'm not an expert by any means, I'm just another mom, and today I want to share my story. And by the way, I create a lot of content here on my channel about motherhood, where I share my experience, ideas, tips and tricks to try and make motherhood and fatherhood just a bit easier on you. So if this sounds like something you'd like to watch, please consider subscribing. I post a new video every single Thursday. Also make sure to hit that bell icon so that you will get notified when those new videos go live. So how did I stop my lactation? Well, it did not take me long because I took a gentle approach to weaning and we've been dropping one feeding after another and not all of them at one time. If you haven't already watched my previous video where I shared our weaning journey, I will have it linked up here and in the description below. But if you have been following our journey all this time, you know that I actually started weaning her back in September, so my breast had plenty of time to reduce milk production little by little. And that's why, like I said, it did not take me long. But you probably also know that in the end, I dropped the last feeding a little faster than I anticipated. We basically went from 2 feedings to none in about 2 days or so, and my breast definitely felt it a little. It started getting a little fuller and fuller in the course of 2 days, and that's when I decided that I need to relieve it just a little to make sure I don't get engorged. So what I did, I pumped just a little bit to reduce that discomfort, because if you pump fully, completely, your body will get the wrong signal. Remember, it's a supply and demand system. If the milk is gone, it means it's needed and your body thinks that your baby is still drinking it. So pump only a little bit when you're trying to dry up your milk, and that will help you to don't get engorged. And it really varies from woman to woman, from situation to situation, how many times you will have to pump after you weaned your child. But I pumped twice. In about 2 days, everything looked good. I was not engorged and nothing like that. I was avoiding drinking hot liquids, avoiding taking hot showers, because all of that can increase your milk supply. But on day 3, the morning after I pumped, I noticed in one of the breasts a lump. It felt like it was a lump. I just felt some pain when I carried Michaela, and there was no red skin, it was not hot or nothing, but it started to get painful and I got very concerned about it. And the thing is that when it happened to me before, when I was still nursing, my best remedy always was my child. I would put her feeding the way that her chin points towards the lamp, and that's usually all I needed. She would feed in that position and it would be gone, sometimes even in like one feeding. And now I knew I had to deal with it on my own this time. So I massaged that clogged milk duct, essentially that's what it was, and I pumped that evening after I massaged it. And it didn't help. I felt pain there. I felt when the pump was working, I felt, especially on that spot, a little tension and pain, and I pumped a little again and it did not go away at all. And that got me concerned again. But the good thing actually is the day I got to give my daughters a pumped milk. Usually she would never take that pumped milk, she didn't like it, but it's been a while since I offered her last, and this time she enjoyed it, even though I did not tell her what it was. But also I only pumped from one breast where the lump was, because actually none of my breasts were filling up anymore, so everything looked good, although there was that lump. So then day 4 comes around. I remember I sit on the bed and I just stare into the wall and I think, I have to do something about it. The last thing I want is developing a mastitis and getting antibiotics. So I sat there for a little bit because I knew what I had to do, but that was very risky. I thought it was. But I thought that the only thing would really help me, and I did. I offered my daughter to nurse. It was already after breakfast, she was awake. We usually wouldn't nurse at that time for the last few months. And I just told her, do you want to nurse? She said yes. She was actually surprised. It looked like she was surprised. So I said, okay, I got her in a position where her chin would point that lamp as much as I could. And she nursed for about 2 minutes, literally. It was a very short nursing session. And then she turned around and left. She was not interested. But you know what? The lamp was gone. It was gone. She saved me. That was the best decision I've made. It was great. I was so thankful. And by the way, that did not ruin our winning experience and nothing like that. She still remembers sometimes about nursing, but she never tries to undress me or cry about it. She can mention it, but then I put her attention into something else and that's it. So basically, official last lash happened on November 7th. In the last video, I told you that we weaned her on November 4th. So I don't even know if that was part of our weaning experience, or that was part of me drying up my milk, but yes, officially it was November 7th, and honestly, like I said in the previous video, it did not feel very emotional. I do not enjoy feeding her anymore, and we did develop this new connection when she falls asleep, how we cuddle, how we talk, so I'm very satisfied with my decision and overall with my experience. So after that, I did nothing else. My breast never got engorged again or nothing like that. I have no lamps, knock on the wood, okay, because it's been only 2 weeks. I hope it's safe to say now. And yeah, I guess we can say that I dried up my milk. But as far as I know, we can always try to pump even in years after we stop breastfeeding and get a couple of drops of milk, so we kind of still can produce it, but that's not dangerous, that's not gonna get you engorged or anything like that. So I think that's what it's called, to dry up your milk. As far as did my breast change after breastfeeding? Of course it did, of course it changed, but even if I wouldn't have breastfed my child, it changed already after pregnancy. But does it mean that it doesn't look good? No, it looks good. It's just a little different, the size, the shape, the color. But the main thing is, for me personally, I know it may vary from woman to woman, it's healthy and it's not saggy. Yes, I know it might be different for everyone, but what I think helped my situation is that my breast had all the time to adapt, because my weaning was long and gentle. My boobs didn't go from being huge balloons to deflated ones. So I guess that's my advice. If you want to save your breast closer to the way it was, try to gently wean your toddler or your baby. And also, yes, there are stretch marks. Of course there are, but I don't even notice them, to be honest, because I even had stretch marks before baby. If this video was helpful, please make sure to give it a like. It's very important for the YouTube algorithm and more moms will be able to see this. Also, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I post a new video every single Thursday. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I'm always glad to help if I can. And today I want to wish you to have a lamp-free and engorgement-free weaning experience, or after weaning time to be exact. And I'll see you next week. Bye.